With all the latest big talking points and discussion from the football world, this is Football Central. And go.
Hello everybody and welcome to Football Central for our live and exclusive build-up of Everton v Manchester United. Joining me today, I am Sam Taylor, and joining me is and your host TubeMix, where we will be looking in depth to today's game. Everton have a chance to go top of the table and displace Southampton, where Manchester United, well, we're just trying to fight off relegation. Who would have thought that at the start of the season? But bringing you exclusive and live build-up. We are here slightly later than build, but here we are and raring to go. Over to you, TubeMix.
Right, okay, thank you very much for that brilliant introduction as always, Sam. You never disappoint.
Sorry, Will, can I just interrupt a minute? Because I just realised that Sam might not know what happened the other day.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
So the other day we hit 50 subscribers while we were on stream, Sam.
No.
Yeah.
No, the world mustn't be feeling well to give you 50 subscribers. Well, yeah, no, that's great. We finally got there.
Yeah, that was really great to get 50 subscribers, and that stream was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Hello to Ben Carney as well, who's in the chat.
Yes, hello to you, mate, and can't wait. Ben will be back for extra time today.
Sorry about that. We'll get on to the lineups now, Will, shall we?
Yes, yeah, of course. So, we start as always with the team news, and shall I do the team news, lads?
Yeah, go for it, then.
Okay, so for Everton is Jordan Pickford in goal. So he comes back in for Robin Olsen. Seamus Coleman returns, replacing John Joe Kenny at right back. Mason Holgate, Michael Keane, Luca Dean, Doucouré, Allen, Gylfi Sigurdsson, James Rodriguez comes back in after injury, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Bernard.
Just another 5.
Oh, Sam sounds like he's cutting out quite a bit.
Sam's internet doesn't seem to be having the best of times right now.
No. I think Sam's internet's got the virus, I think.
Do you want to just carry on with it?
Yeah. I'll continue. So, Yerry, and then on the bench, Yerry Mina, Cheswick Tossen, Alex Iwobi, Andre Gomez, Ben Godfrey, Davis, Tom Davis, that's it, yeah, and Robin Olsen. For Manchester United, it's David De Gea in goal, Aaron Wan-Bissaka at right back, Victor Lindelof replaces Axel Tuanzebe with Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw. Scott McTominay and Fred come back in for Paul Pogba and Donny van der Beek. Oh no, Van der Beek played on the wings. Juan Mata comes back in. Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial also returns in the Premier League after serving his 3-match suspension. On the bench is Paul Pogba, Edison Cavani, Daniel James, Dean Henderson, Nemanja Matic, Donny van der Beek and Axel Tuanzebe. And that concludes your teams.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Pickford's in,
Yes.
because I didn't feel like Olsen did that much wrong.
No.
Maybe
Yeah,
maybe he's
I see what
picked
you
up
did
his
there, but
performances.
Also, maybe he has done better in training. I don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know, do you?
It's really, really interesting that, and it's good that it seems like a strong lineup for Everton.
Yep.
It does. Now that they've got Coleman back, who I think's been back to his best when he's played this season. I love the combination of Alan and Decore with either one of two of Alan, Decore, or Gomez with Rodriguez, because Decore and Alan are very athletic. He can do the running for Rodriguez, and he can just pick the ball up and do what Rodriguez does. I was hoping he might not be playing today for Me United.
I think for me, what was interesting is
Gilfie.
Gylfi.
Sorry.
Oh, apologies.
Hello to Jake Smith, who's also with us in the
comments.
comments.
Oh yes, hello to you, Jake.
But yeah, I think.
The really interesting thing for me, lads.
Hi, Jake. Nice to have you back, buddy. Hope you're.
Sam's internet is not.
You're okay.
Sam's internet's having a really rough time. Right, yes, hello, Jake. Good to see you. Good to see you, mate. And hope you're safe and well. And what's your views on the game today, Jake and Ben?
I quite like, just to point one thing out, Juan Mata starting for me is quite a good one, because he's not played too badly recently, has he?
No, I think Matt and Fernandez also have a very good understanding whenever they've played as well, I've noticed. So to me, that's good for Mata to come back in, I think. Also, what's really interesting for me, lads, is Gylfi Sigurdsson ahead of Andre Gomez for Everton.
And having Fred and McTominay behind him, did you say
further forward?
What's that? Sorry, Jord?
Gylfi Sigurdsson will be playing further forward, whereas Gomez can't really do that.
Ah, okay, right.
Gomez hasn't got the legs and the sort of the.
Right, okay.
Yeah. No, Rodriguez plays on the wing.
No, but Rodriguez plays further forward, and he's yeah, but he can play in like a further like a midfield role as well. And what I'm saying is, I see what you mean. Gomez is more holding, but passes the ball forward, where Rodriguez, I suppose, being a bit wider, can make things happen from the wing. So yeah, I mean, I just feel we're in big trouble today. I really do feel we're in big trouble.
Yeah, it has got that sort of vibe about it.
It's a big game, it is.
For United, but all the times that we've said United are in trouble, they've won. And the one time we said they were going to win, they lost. So
it's weird, isn't it? Because me and George predicted. Oh, sorry, Sam.
No worries.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, if you listen to the TubeMix football podcast...
No, it's alright, my internet just keeps going in and out. Carry on.
Oh, right, okay. If you listen to episode 1 of the TubeMix football podcast, which is available if you go to the YouTube page, then you'll know that me and George predictions for this game was 2-0 Everton, because we thought, well, Everton at home, the return of Rodriguez, which he is starting, and yeah, we just can't. I can't see United winning. I can't. George can see United winning. What about you, Sam? What's your view on today's game? Sam, is he?
He's there. He's there.
We know that United have got a better squad than Everton, but which first 11 would you rather have? Everton's first 11 or Man United's first 11 on paper?
That is interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I think United have obviously got a better squad. There's no doubt about that in depth. But,
Yes.
But I'd make an argument that I prefer having Everton's first 11 than Man United's first 11.
At this point, I agree. I think they're playing better both individually and as a team. And I think with Everton's 11, you can tell they're playing completely for the manager. Whereas, Jermaine Genius earlier on said that it seems like there's too many players for United that just aren't bothered. And I think that's so true. I think you can see the complacency in the team and sort of the not being interested. Also, just to pick on a comment from Jake in the comments, he said 2-1 to Everton. I think looking back on the 2-0 predictions that me and Will made, I think you look at the team, you see that Pickford's in. He's always a question mark, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think again, like we said, pinpointing no Gomez with Gylfi Sigurdsson means that they're gonna, I feel like Everton have sort of gone a bit more balanced with the two holding and then the one kind of player that likes to venture forward, can hit shots from range, can do well on set plays.
Yeah.
So I think that's good as well, because I think that's one of United's weakest points. Has been defending from set plays. So it could prove to be a pretty decent masterstroke from Ancelotti to put Sigurdsson in there. I think you're looking at Everton as well. Like Sam said, Coleman being back is a great thing for the squad. Also, Digne's back, which is really good. We know how good Dominic Calvert-Lewin is.
Yeah, brilliant.
Even when they're losing or they're not playing well, he's still a threat.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'd have to completely agree with the assumption that United aren't going to do too well today, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do we think that if United lose, Ollie could get sacked?
I would say if they did lose, his position would definitely become much under threat and it would be more pressure, yes.
I think he should go if they lose, but I don't think he will.
He won't have the balls to resign himself.
You are speaking about a club legend here. Well, let's be.
I know, but I don't. He loves United too much. You can tell. I don't think he could ever have the balls to step of his own accord.
No, why would you? If that was the club that you gave 10 years of service to as a player, you won the Champions League, won however many Premier Leagues,
FA Cup,
League Cup, whatever.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. That job, despite the pressure.
It's never gonna come around again.
Yeah, no.
It's never gonna come around again.
He'll never ever. This is just the way I see it. He'll never ever get that chance again in my eyes. Because.
And it's not like a Mourinho situation where he's got credit in the bank where, all right, he might get sacked from United and goes to Real Madrid or Inter Milan. That's not going to happen with Ollie.
No.
Because he's not got that credit in the bank. So
no.
But it is interesting. I mean, if we lose today, and the sides beneath us win, could we be in the relegation zone by the end of the weekend or not?
I don't know. I'll just have a look. I'll have a look at that. Actually, it's a very interesting question. Bear with me 1 second.
That is an interesting one.
I'm just interested.
Sorry, all I was going to say was, Lindelof back in the side, which I think is very good because he's on form at the minute.
Yeah.
As long as they're playing in a back three, that's the best out of Lindelof. But he's never great in a back four.
No, the lowest they can go is 16th. Mind you, they have.
All right, so we can.
Yeah, they've got 2 games in hand though, so.
Just before we go on, lads, obviously we will go on these games in depth for the next roundup, but can we just briefly talk about last night's results?
Yeah, sure.
Southampton were outstanding. Southampton, I watched the Southampton game, and it could have been about 6-0. They were absolutely outstanding. That's the second time I've watched them in full this season. I watched them against Everton, and I watched them last night, and every player was absolutely outstanding. Yes, Newcastle were poor, but Southampton were absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, phenomenal. Deserve to be where they are, I think.
They could have won about. The only thing for them is they could have had more goals. I know Danny Ings wasn't there, but I tell you what, they dominated.
Romeu hit the bar. Theo Walcott could have scored about 3.
He got an assist, so at least a good start for him.
Yeah, but I think one of the problems with Walcott is, with the talent he's got, he should be a 20-goal-a-season player.
Yeah, it's never quite
he's
happened
got
for him,
no
has it?
footballing brain, though.
He never is.
He's got no footballing brain. He's got all the skill and pace and no footballing brain. You look at Rodriguez, for example, who's got no pace but has got an amazing football brain and what he can do. Walcott just lacks a footballing brain, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I think, like, you look at him earlier on in his career, I think it was a lot more instinctive from him in terms of his finishing. Whereas, like you said, as you get older, I think you start losing yards of pace. Not that Walcott isn't still really quick, because he is, but I think as you lose pace, you do have to be a lot cleverer with the ball. And like you said, I feel like when he gets in those positions where you should have that killer instinct, he always just makes that one wrong move. But no, it's great to see him doing well, and
they were absolute. The pressing from the front was just incredible. Newcastle couldn't get out. Yeah. It was from first minute to last minute. It was outstanding.
Even with no recognised left back, really, they playing Jack Stevens at left back.
Right, is Bertrand injured?
With Bertrand was out, yeah.
Right.
Everybody did so well. Ward-Prowse again was phenomenal, as we'd expect.
Romeu, yeah. I really like Romeu.
Romeu was great. Gineppo was
big
fantastic. Walcott and Adams did really well. I'm so glad that Che Adams is getting his confidence now. He looks fantastic.
And his finish was great. I always knew he would. I always knew he would. I always knew there was a player in there. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah, and I think Romeu. Just to go back to your point on Romeu, really underrated player, I think.
How long's he been there now at Southampton?
I think about 5 seasons.
Wow. Yes, yeah, maybe 6. No, I completely agree with you. I think he has been he is a great player, and I've always thought that, even when he's not, played in Southampton. So you look at all their great teams over the last few years with Mane, Van Dijk, before that, Lallana and people like that, he always got in those great sides, which just shows how good a player he is and
Absolutely.
was. And I think Chelsea let him go too early. I know he probably won't get in now, but I think Chelsea made a mistake letting him go. But
Let me guess, was it Mourinho who
know.
sold him?
It was. Oh God. I think it was Mourinho, wasn't it?
What a
Mourinho.
surprise.
But the only season he really played was under Di Matteo and Villas-Boas.
Oh, right, yeah.
So yeah, great player. James Ward-Prowse had a great game. The only person I wanted to point out for Newcastle was Carl Darlow, who I think was fantastic. And
Yeah.
continues to be fantastic. I think you can tell that he's fighting for his place.
Newcastle.
I really
Sorry.
hope he gets the chance. I really hope he gets the chance against to take on Dubravka for that number 1 spot. Just to say again, there was lots of talk about Steve Bruce. He was really animated, really, really unhappy with what he was seeing. Because in some respects, I heard it being said on commentary. You go to scout a team like Southampton, you know that their primary tactic is to press.
Yeah.
So not
They're so fit as well.
Not to take too many touches because they'll punish you.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like Newcastle wanted way too much time on the ball. And I think for a manager, Steve Bruce looked like he's absolutely losing it, because that's what you train on all week, to not take too many touches, to not allow the press, but yet they still executed it so perfectly.
Yeah, and I mean, Steve Bruce, the clip's just saying that inconsistency nags away at me, because Newcastle have been one of those teams that have been very inconsistent.
Yeah, but I think...
Yeah, and I would just like to just quickly, while I remember, to say a word on Ralph Hasenhüttl, who a year ago Southampton were in the bottom 3 and just lost 9-0 to Leicester.
Gosh, I remember seeing that. Yeah,
and then went
that was
on
amazing.
And lost to 3. And now the top of the table, good on him, because he could have very easily, after that 9-0, however good your manager is, the team could have fallen apart under him. So a great job by him and a great job by Southampton, and all credit to him. I like Hasenhüttl, not just as a coach, but I like his honesty, and he showed to me that he was a man after that 9-0 defeat.
I like him as well, yeah.
With it.
Just
and
one more word.
Sorry. The club as well. We've seen after that 9-0 defeat, and yeah, it's not like they were top of the league and lost, or top 4 and lost 9-0. They were in the bottom 3, so after that 9-0 defeat, it would have been very, very easy for the board to go around and sack him. And they stuck with him, so.
And you know what?
I love that.
From that moment, from that 9-0, all he ever was completely brutally honest in his interviews, and I love that.
Yes.
What I was going to say was just another word on Newcastle before we get back to the game that we were on, because there's about 10 minutes to kick off, and I think there's still some things that need to be said.
Yeah.
I think what Will was trying to say, inconsistency, I don't think it's wholly to do with Steve Bruce, because I think when you look at the Everton result, or different results like that, the results they had at the start of the season, when the players play and do what they're supposed to do, they do it well. I mean, you look at last week, and Everton weren't at it yet, but when you've got James Rodriguez, when you've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin, when you've got the players like Doucouré and Alan, and players like that Bernard that can make things happen, you're always going to concede those chances. And I think, I just think that maybe some of the players believe in Bruce and some of them don't.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Which is a shame.
I think that's a bit harsh. Because I think Newcastle are a side that work very hard, so they've got good talent, but they have to work hard and they have to be defensively strong. And to get results, Newcastle have to be at their best. And Jordan made a very good point the other week, saying mid-table sides will win one week, lose and draw one, maybe win another one and lose one. So Newcastle are just a mid-table side, and they're showing the form of a mid-table side. So that.
But okay, this I think I'm sure I made this point another week, which is like Newcastle fans always expect more than they get from Newcastle United, and they shouldn't, because Newcastle, until I feel like very recently with the signings Steve Bruce has made with the likes of Fraser, Wilson, Sam Maximin, that kind, they do have a very mid-table side. They do, but for some reason it's never ever been enough. The highest I've ever seen Newcastle finish since I've been a football fan was that year under Pardew when they went into the Europa League and all that, and then before that, they had Kevin Keegan and were getting like Champions League football every year, but those years have gone now. Because
I think
the reason they didn't
Newcastle.
Sorry, let me just finish the point. The reason that they didn't do as well as they could have done under Rafa Benitez was because he wasn't backed by the manager. If you would have given Rafa Benitez the money that Steve Bruce has had this year, because Newcastle has spent a lot of money, the Newcastle could be higher up. You say about being defensively solid, but it's also the thing of, look at Rafa Benitez as a manager. Rafa Benitez got where he was but his play style was primarily defensive. There are a lot of negativities around Rafa's play style. Now, Steve Bruce is also the same. Steve Bruce, because he was at the time, he was one of the best defenders in England at the back with Gary Pallister, and in the 90s.
Yeah.
Taught the right way by Sir Alex, and we've seen it. We've seen it with the likes of when he was at Hull, that he can be a good manager. So I don't understand what the Newcastle problem is, but Sam is right. When you have got mid-table players and a mid-table team, that has to be the expectation. But I feel like that's why Steve Bruce will never ever do well, because they will always want more from him than he can deliver with the team he's got. It's also not going to help that he managed Sunderland. But what can you do? People do that all the time. People move clubs all the time.
I know, and I would just, that's a very good point. There's 2 points for me, just quickly on Newcastle. There's 2 points. The first point is, I do get that the club's been very frustrated with Mike Ashley and the way he is and not backing Rafa, and I know he's spent money, but he's obviously not very well liked. Trying to change the stadium name at one point. What else has he done? With the owners, the new owners this takeover has been going on for a while, and Newcastle deserve money to be punched into them, because let's not get it wrong, that they are a big club. So I'm sure that the fans will be very disappointed and just want a resolution either way with the owner situation. And then they can all move on from it, and that also affects the manager and the players.
Just quickly, sorry Sam. Hello to Dunkno in the comments.
Yes, hello Dunkno.
We had a great time with you the other day.
Yeah.
Looking forward.
Who's this?
This is our 50th subscriber. Looking forward to having some more interesting conversations with you today, sir. Continue your point, Sam. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry there to the viewer. I only asked who it was because I wasn't here the other day. So I'm Sam, and yeah, and great that you've subscribed. I hope you're enjoying the show, and if you've got any questions, please or any points, just raise them and we will do our best to answer them. Yeah, and obviously with Newcastle, I think they need the owner situation resolved, because that filters that either way, because that filters down to the players and the manager and all that. But Newcastle is a big club, it is a big club. But then I also feel with Newcastle that you've got to be careful what you wish.
Yeah, some really good points there, lads.
Like.
Oh, sorry.
Newcastle is very sustainable. Newcastle is very sustainable, and runs a tight ship. I always remember when Nick McCarthy was at Ipswich, and the Ipswich fans were like, "Oh, we want more. We're not getting in the playoffs." And then he left 100%. And look where Ipswich
Mind
are
you,
now.
They are doing quite well.
So you've got
Paul Lambert at the minute, but I understand your point.
No. They are. No, I'm not criticising the manager. I'm just saying, look what happened to them when he left. So you've got to be so careful what you wish for. They wanted Premier League football and they ended up in League One. So you've got to be so careful. Yeah. So anyway, I think we're ready to move on. So.
Two quick points, lads. It's also interesting. I was just seeing here, Ralph Hasenhüttl has actually been linked with the United job.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't think he should leave. Why would he want to leave Southampton at the minute? I tell you what, if I was manager of Southampton, being where they are in the table, I would not want to, having worked so hard to get where they are, I would not want to go to United right now.
Yeah. And also Brighton and Burnley played last night. I mean, it's not great for Burnley again and not great for Brighton as well.
What's happening with the Burnley takeover?
I'm not sure. It's gone quiet
Burnley
on that
being
front.
Took over. We haven't.
And also, just quickly as well, Eden Hazard and Casemiro for Real Madrid, they've tested positive for the virus, so we wish them well. And also in the
Chelsea legend, Eden Hazard.
Yes, he was a fantastic player, and also I know you guys particularly. We do go over some championship results. I mean, Bristol City beat Cardiff City 1-0 last night, and Reading are, I think, playing Stoke. Bidding to extend lead at top against Stoke. Yeah, they are playing Stoke.
Yeah, let me just jump back into the comments just to answer. Don't know who's asked a question on the passing of a rapper called King Von, who I've just googled because I've got no idea about.
I've not heard of him.
No, and he's asking about what he thinks what's the impact of that. First of all, I've never heard of this guy before. Just googled it. It's a rapper who was shot dead outside of an Atlanta nightclub, and that's horrible news. First of all, so thoughts with his family and everybody involved with him. Because we don't know too much about that, we can't really.
I don't
comment
really
on
know
that.
what to say really to that one.
No, I can't say.
Where's he from, this rapper?
From the US, must be.
I mean, I don't follow rap music because I can't really stand rap.
We're
not from the street.
I'd just like to say to the viewer that obviously it's awful with the stuff that's going on at the moment, with regards to people being mistreated and unfortunately people losing lives, and it's something that needs to be gotten rid of, this culture that seems to be going on. it needs to be sorted out. I think that America at the moment is very divided over a lot of things, in particular, and I won't go into it too much because we're not a political show, but I do think that America's very divided, and hopefully, once the elections sorted out, then things will start to settle out down again. But my thoughts are with the rappers, family and friends.
Yeah, no good at all. Horrible stuff.
Everybody that's
So
associated
we
with.
got 2 minutes until the game starts, and 2 minutes until the game starts, we spent most of the time talking about Southampton. I know, but week on week when we do these and we talk about United, we do happen to say the same things, and in a situation like the Everton game today, it does feel a lot like there's only going to be one winner.
Yes.
I don't know if you all feel the same. It does feel like it can only go one way. I think, Everton are very much a wounded animal at the minute. With 2 wins on the spin, I think that this is the perfect opportunity for them to get back to winning ways, and that's exactly what Ancelotti is going to be hoping for.
But the United team news actually is not as bad. I'm quite liking particularly Mata coming back and Martial being back as well. So it's not as bad the team news as I thought it was possibly going to be. So
well, something really, really, really needed to happen, didn't it, after midweek?
Yes.
So in which case, it's kind of forced Ollie's hand a little bit.
Good.
But we'll see what's going to happen.
Yes.
It is 12:30 now, so the game is just about to kick off. Sam's internet's probably just died. So we'll be back later on to talk about the post match and
in extra time. Just quickly, sorry, George. Where can you see the game being won and lost? And if we can get back to Sam with his prediction also as well, where can you see the game being won and lost?
The game being won and lost. I see the game being won and lost. For United, I think that what's most important to them is defensively.
Yes.
For Everton, I think
midfield. For Everton?
For Everton, I think you're looking at the goalkeeper, to be honest.
Oh, of course, yeah.
If Pickford has a good game, if Pickford have a good game, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Did I hear Sam just say VAR?
Yeah.
Are you back, Sam?
I was only joking. But it has to be a consideration, I suppose.
Yeah, that's the modern game now, isn't it?
Where can you see the game being won and lost, Sam?
Yeah, no, I think midfield.
Okay, and I think Bernard, we know how much pace he's got as well, so I'm afraid there's no place for your favourite Alex Iwobi. Sam, he got hooked off after 45 minutes the last time.
Sam's already left again. Oh, here he is. He's back now.
There's no place for your favourite Alex Iwobi. Sam, he got hooked off after 45 minutes last time.
Yeah, that's true. He really, really didn't play well, did he, though?
No. And Bernard, we know how good Bernard is, isn't he? Because he's got lots of pace, so he should fill in nicely for Richarlison.
In my opinion, there are better players than Bernard, but with no Richarlison.
Yeah.
There's not much that we can do.
No. Right, has Sam gone again, or?
And the game has kicked off.
Oh, he's
now,
gone
so
again. Right, okay.
We need to kind of. So. This
hang on. Oh, he's back again. Right, Sam. What's your prediction for the
Everton Everton 3, Manchester United 1.
Oof.
Okay.
Okay.
So
We'll be back. We'll be back later on to do some post-match, but obviously the match is now 2 minutes into.
well, they'll be
in,
taking a
so-
knee anyway. It'll be taking time a little bit to
No, it has
start.
kicked off. It's kicked off already. I've seen it.
Oh right, okay.
So yeah, we'll.
What's going on in the match?
Don't know. I'm gonna listen to it on 5 Live. I think it's probably on BT, isn't it?
BT or Sky, you'll be one of those.
It's on BT, I think. Right. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna listen to it as well. What time are we doing the show?
I'm just trying to think. So it starts. What time will it finish?
3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, because then we can look at the 3 o'clock kickoffs as well.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'd go for 2:30 because that starting it at 3 o'clock. You know, the 3 o'clock, like you said, the 3 o'clock kickoffs will have kicked off.
Oh, you're right.
So,
yeah.
I'm only thinking 2:30. 2:30 means it would be straight after kickoff. Is everybody straight after the game's finished? Is everyone all right with that?
Yeah.
All right then.
I should be fine with that.
Leeds
Doug
kicks off
knows
at
just. Sorry guys, but Doug knows just said 2 comments. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. Will is a drum and bass head. I've no idea what that means. And they've also why don't you just stream it?
Why don't we just stream the game? If Will could figure out how to do that, I'm sure we would do that. Yeah,
it'd be copyright, I think.
No. There are loads of channels do it. Well,
you never know. They might be breaking the copyright laws.
No, because I'm pretty sure that the stream would get taken down, wouldn't it? And yeah, you can't forget that Will. You know, he's got his roots in drum and bass, as we saw from the other day.
Remind me, what's drum and bass? Is that street talk?
No, it's like a type of music.
I've never heard of that genre, drum and bass.
Oh, it's not my style, but
drum and bass. I can't even think.
Songs.
Because you a pop rock. Oh, Soccer Streams 100. Use that. Soccer
Streams 100. Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
But also, I usually watch the game and go down. So if I streamed it, then we wouldn't be able to watch the game.
No, he doesn't. He stares at his cat.
Yeah, that might be something to have a look at, but obviously, like right now, the game's 5 minutes in and we're still not off the air, so we need to sort of I think we come at 2:30, come back at 2:30, we'll talk about stuff for a bit, and then that's it. And then...
Right, yep, that's good then. Okay, so... Thank you to Sam Taylor and JLIWheels for your company. Thank you, lads. It's always brilliant.
Thank you, TubeMix.
We will be back at 2:30 with post-match reaction in extra time, and the man, the myth, the legend, Ben Carney, will be back with us for that one. So we really can't wait for that. The 4 of us will be back. The stars
Put
are aligned.
Put an ice pack on that hammy, Ben.
If you want to like, share, comment and subscribe to the TubeMix YouTube channel. And from all of us here,